Was it for Rhysand or was it for Tamlin and his canines?
You don't know.
Right.
Sarah didn't know at this point either.
That's just so true. Yeah, and why should we be expected to know any better than her?
Welcome back to Under the Mountain, an ACOTAR podcast. I'm your host, Frank.
And I'm Lauren.
Today we'll be covering chapter 26 of A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas.
Yes, I almost cut that off. That's
Please
important.
Don't.
We even had a live stream about Miss Sarah J. the other weekend.
We had a lot to say about it.
Thank you very much to everybody who showed up. It was very fun. We will be scheduling another one soon. We're going to pick some dates, schedule it out so that way people can know it's happening and come. It was about Call Her Daddy. We won't harp on it too much.
I had a lot to say. She had a lot to say. We had a lot to say about what she was saying.
So you could go watch the playback of that if you want some opinions. Generally speaking, kind of complicated feelings. Yeah, I don't even think we got to a lot of it, honestly, even in the live stream.
Well, the comments, they're coming with funny takes.
That's what I'm saying.
We gotta play around with what's coming through.
We got distracted. We were hearing about fan art of Tamlin in a dress. We got distracted. So today.
Who, for the listeners at home, Lauren, who are you dressed as today?
Oh, yes. Well, I today am Foxy Boy Lucian.
Yes, you are.
And who are you?
I am Rhysand.
Right. And Rhysand is wearing glasses today.
Please ignore that. I'm glamoring it out of your vision so we don't have to explain it.
Frank's got a little eye situation going on at the moment. Not like pink eye, nothing like that. So
nothing like that.
But we didn't want him to put the contacts in. So Rhysand with glasses, I don't know. Maybe he'd wear glasses.
I feel like he
downtime.
would. You know what I mean? Does this man read? Rhysand reads?
For fun? I don't remember.
That's what I'm wondering.
But he can read.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You actually have to specify.
I do. Some characters can.
Some characters in the series can't read.
Do I think that Rhysand had glasses when he came to do this at the Spring Court? Probably not.
I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot of voice acting.
Right.
Yes.
This one, maybe this is just a fan service episode and the fan is me. But I mean, listen, let me know in the comments. Are you too here for the fan service?
I'm here to deliver.
We've got it on tap. We could do whatever we want with him. We're also really tired.
We're so tired.
And it's late, which is not maybe.
And St. Patty's Day.
Oh, it is St. Patty's Day. Yeah, we're late on we're late in the schedule to film. It's late in the day. That could go really bad or really good for you guys.
I think it's going to go good because we're after hours. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he is acting a little after hours in this chapter now, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yes,
pretty much everything he does
is after hours coded.
Oh, yeah.
He's very erotically charged in chapter 26, wouldn't you say?
Sarah just says it.
Everything that he does is erotic. On the page. It's not subtext. It's just said.
Just text. If you're going to do a night court person, they gotta have it, right?
For sure.
They gotta be hot.
Yeah, I do think she was successful in making him sexy in this chapter.
Sure.
Would you agree?
Yeah, I would definitely agree.
You're not going crazy?
No, but that's more like the scope of what she can deliver is not going to make me go crazy, But in terms of this book, I'm going nuts. You know what I mean?
In this book, you're like,
Yeah.
You're freaking out.
Within the Prithian boundaries,
this was crazy.
I'm going crazy. Dominate those two other men. That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, Fair is also involved. Dominate everybody.
And he did. I got a lot of questions about how powerful he is, why he's so powerful, if he was as powerful as I'm thinking.
I don't know. The power scaling here, don't remember. I'm thinking he has extra powers via aligning himself with Amarantha, or he's boosted. I don't know if he's boosted. They're just weakened.
I see. So he's regular strength because of his, can we say, whorish activities?
You could say that, yeah.
Because of his skills with his tongue? What are we?
You could say that.
Okay, all right, listen. I need to meet this bitch.
Oh, yeah.
I need to meet Amarantha.
You do.
What a good name, too.
I like the name, too. All right, so, did you like the chapter? It's kind of fun.
Yeah,
right?
I had a good time, of course, yeah.
Yeah, I came upon this one, my first read-through. I was excited. Okay, do you think the homoerotic aspect of it, is it on purpose or incidental?
Man, it feels on purpose.
I know.
It almost feels like Sarah didn't intend it, but she was like copying how vampires talk to each other too much. That inherently it just is gay, and she like didn't realize that. Like,
I'm not sure. Like, some part of me is like, maybe she's feeding the Fujoshis in the audience. She was like feeding us a little bit, and she like kind of knew it, but like she'll never like.
Not you just pulling out Fujoshis, but yeah, okay.
You know, well, I'm
the BLs.
I am one.
Yeah.
I'm a lot of things,
You're
though. You know, it's like, can I really have, like, can there even be a label? Not really.
My wife.
Omni. Joshi.
Wait, is the Foo boy?
No idea.
Omni Joshi. All right, yeah. Can we get like a label here, like Lauren Omni Joshi? Tag yourself. She's Omni Joshi.
Like, I feel like maybe she kind of knew she was feeding us a little, but like we're getting fed like seeds. You know, like we put our hand in the bag. It's just a little bit of seed on the ground for us to peck at. But she was like, "Oh, do you want like a full meal?" You're not getting that. Like, but here's a little something.
Here's a little,
But I fell for it a little bit. I was like, oh, maybe she's gonna like intentionally kind of fuck around with this, but like not really. So we left off after the crazy and wild summer solstice festival. Fair and Tamlin could not be more into each other. Could not be more in love, I guess, but certainly in
violin
lust.
solos were shared.
Yeah.
Will-o-wisps were watched.
Dances happened.
Sunrise occurred.
Yeah, it was a lovely night for them. And, you know, we're doing another hungover breakfast lunch in the dining room with just our cast of 3. We're going to get one more person added to the dining room crew.
And it's hopefully someone we've never seen before. Oh, wait.
Well,
he already exists.
I'll take it.
I'll fucking
Somebody,
I'll take anything.
A new interpersonal dynamic in the dining room? Hell yeah. Granted, crazy that it all still went down in the dining room.
Yep.
But here we are. Lucian's rubbing his temples. He's like, oh, so hungover. And
I'm surprised they didn't pop like fairy Alka-Seltzer. Like that's how it's like it's coming across right now.
Oh, they have these wild little tablets that they put into their
human medicine is a thing of wonder. Like
isn't it fairy medicine?
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. That was my own creation. I fucked it up. Yeah, you're right. Okay. You're right. It is fairy medicine.
Right. You're like too in your own human viewpoint. You couldn't even imagine.
You're correct.
That they had Alka-Seltzer. So here's a solution. She says, and where were you last night? And he says, I'll have you know that while you two were dancing with the spirits, I was stuck on border patrol. And then Tamlin gives a pointed cough. And Lucian says, with some company. Which we suggested last time that he was dallying with a couple.
Some companies.
I don't know why my brain is like, that means more than one person. But I think maybe it could just be one person.
Not to reference Sondheim again, but the musical Company, there is a line. 3 is company.
Yeah, companies, right?
Company's 3.
Multiple people. Yeah. Headcanon.
He's been out there banging multiples.
Yeah.
All right.
Fair and Tamlin are like getting real horny at the hungover breakfast table.
They're going a little nuts.
They're going a little crazy.
They're going like appropriately crazy for like being in a fairy world, but like considering the tone of this book so far.
Well, that's the problem. If it was fairy world where this is not crazy, which I would have been fine with, and you set that precedent from the beginning, this would have been fun and hot and whatever. But you've set the precedent that Tamlin and Lucian are just guys who act like normal guys that I would know in my real life, in which case then, they're acting crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the tone really gives a weird whiplash with the horniness, though. It's like, it feels like the book itself is going to slut shame you and then do this. And it's like, it's okay because it's Feyre. Feyre being this horny in front of Lucian, and like he's like, kind of like, all right, I'm a little uncomfortable, which is ridiculous for his characterization, but whatever.
I think it's specific maybe to it being Tamlin and Feyre.
Well, I think it's Tamlin too, because, you know.
He's jealous.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's the boy love jealousy.
The Fujoshi jealousy arc,
Yeah, you can tell us more about that later. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. It just has this feeling and connotation. Feyre feels like someone that would bash this if someone else was doing it, like 100%.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's weird because it goes so far. Some people are like this, though.
Yeah, well, I know, but is she intentionally
At this point, I don't think.
No,
I don't think
so
Sarah does
either.
anything intentionally other than this is how I feel.
That's
like,
how
somewhat. Yeah.
which we said it on the live stream. I'll say it here for anyone who didn't watch. Frank, after we watched the Call Her Daddy interview, kept being like, I think her characters are just different yassified versions of herself.
That's it.
Which I do think is correct.
Yeah.
Granted,
She's so skinny. She's wearing the hottest dresses. Look at her cool hair. She's an elf now. I get to marry Legolas. Like, that's like what we're doing.
that's the core of it all.
That's the core of it all. And I think it's probably the same for Throne of Glass.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably the same for every one of her series. She's just like, who's a badass, boss-ass bitch girl? Oh. It's some version of me being
And,
really
like,
annoying in the world.
Some amount of it that's like, yeah, you put yourself into all your characters.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of the like, is it an intentional flaw of Feyre's versus is this just something that makes sense to her as a person that is just organically coming out because if she were in this situation, that's how she'd feel. I think it's a little bit of a mix, but I'm leaning towards a lot more of it just being like, oh, she just thinks this is what makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, personally.
Yeah. She thinks this is cool or fun or whatever.
Yeah, so... Yeah, she glances at Tamlin biting her lip. Okay, I thought this was weird, right?
Read it out, yeah.
I glanced at Tamlin biting my lip. I'd practically floated into my bedroom that morning. That's not weird. But Tamlin's gaze now roved my face as if searching for any tinge of regret or fear. Ridiculous, right? Like, that's in her head. She replies to him out loud and says, "You bit my neck on Fire Night. If I can face you after that, a few kisses are nothing." But that's a really weird thing to say. He didn't say anything out loud. It's, again...
Feyre does this thing.
No, I know, but I kind of think there is, like, no, you can read things that assuredly on someone's face, so much so that you could reply and you will be correct about what you assumed about their face. Like,
that is what's annoying. It's like someone at some point in these many books should go, Feyre, what the fuck are you talking about?
And maybe they do. Maybe they do. Maybe Nesta does that. Maybe that happens later. Tell me if it happens.
Well, she's going to get a boyfriend where she never has to worry about it.
Right,
So
no,
it's
100%.
Like,
but that's what I find weird, right? Because I'm like, okay, to me, this starts to read like, you didn't want me to think it was weird that she made that assumption. You wanted it to be like, she's actually just so good at reading him.
Yeah.
That it's so cool that she can just reply to his face and be right.
Yeah.
And I just think it sounds stupid to me. I'm like, it's not how anything works. If I make a face and you reply with like a really complex,
like specific
emotional thing at me, and we've been together for 19 years, it would still be kind of weird. I would be like, what? Huh?
I know.
I don't know. What's an example? Let's do one.
I would to like nail something so
it would be so
pinpoint.
Specific, like,
and like it's because we already had a previous conversation about the thing.
No, I'm saying it like right now. I'm gonna do one. Like,
Okay.
you're gonna have to just read my face and say exactly the thing.
All right, pick a topic and then have a thought about it.
A topic,
Yeah.
Fujoshis, being a Fujoshi.
Okay, now make a face about Fujoshi.
Okay.
She's thinking that Fujoshi's actually like really cool and maybe not judged.
No, but you're supposed to you reply
to your
me.
face,
like,
as if I'm like in your head, understanding.
Like,
your thought process.
we're just
Okay,
having,
all right.
we're
So-
sitting for we're sitting for dinner. Yeah. Okay, we kind of had a conversation about because like
Fujoshi yesterday.
Yeah,
And then we're sitting down for dinner. I'm looking at you and I'm like, there's nothing wrong with how much you love boys loving boys.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're supposed to just keep going like this is totally normal.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Your love of boys loving boys is totally normal.
I know. I think that actually boys loving boys is the superior thing to like. That's not true. I don't think that, actually. I think that women loving women is actually the superior thing to like.
What's that called? Gujoshi? Yeah.
What? Okay.
Yaoi?
This sucks, this episode.
Throw it out.
This episode
Garbage.
absolutely blows.
We dressed up for this?
What's the lesbian version of Fujoshi? Himajoshi, meaning princess girl.
Oh.
which refers to women who love Yuri.
Oh. I'm just going to call you Princess Girl from now on.
That's cute. Okay, whatever. This is stupid. I don't know why she could read his face like that. I just think it's dumb. And I know people are going to comment and be like, me and my partner do this all the time. Okay. I don't believe you. He braces his forearms on the table as he leans closer to her because she said, I can face you after the neck bite. A few kisses are nothing. I guess you should do this.
Nothing.
Oh, his eyes flick to her lips. Lucian says, oh, I guess it's me.
That's you now.
Cauldron, spare me.
It's the only thing you said for 2 days.
It says, but I ignored him. But they're being really weird to Lucian.
They are.
I imagine, okay, we're like, me and you, I guess it's different. It is different when it's like a new relationship, but like, we're somewhere with another person be like, oh yeah. And that person's like, this is weird. And I'm like, I'm ignoring that.
There's like a moment where she's like, he was right. Like, just like the next line, like, back to it. So horny.
And I don't know, it's kind of complicated though, because you're like, okay, she's 19 and this is overwhelming, right? I do think that this is kind of just supposed to be like played for laughs, right? Like we're just supposed to be like, ha ha, they're so horny. But like she's 19.
Yeah.
She's really young, and like Tamlin coming at you at that age would be like,
oh yeah, you wouldn't give a shit
whoa.
about his friend.
Yeah.
Especially if he's
and
not.
And then Tamlin has some reason to be like using this energy and pushing it. I think Lucian knows that.
Yeah.
But is like, you know.
Maybe a little uncomfortable
I also don't
anyway.
not loving this. Although, like in my story, in my book, like I would be like, Lucian is loving this. Like he's like, ooh, do more.
He's been characterized to be loving it anyway.
I know. But I guess, like I said, maybe it is just like he really does have that much distaste for Feyre, potentially.
Potentially.
Which I
get.
Which it even could just be like, she's 19. Ew.
Yeah.
Until I guess Elaine shows up, right? Never mind. So, I don't know. Tamlin's like, are you sure? Intent and hungry enough that I was glad I was sitting. Meaning what? Like, she got wet?
I think so. Or maybe like her knees are buckling.
Oh,
like
that's much more
she
innocent.
Like trembled.
Maybe that.
I don't think she got wet through her pants. Like,
but like...
No, I know.
It's Tamlin, maybe.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Right?
He could have had me right there on top of that table, so maybe.
I wanted his broad hands running over my bare skin. Wanted his teeth scraping against my neck. Wanted his mouth all over me. And then Lucian says, I'm trying to eat. You know, whatever. Like I said, I think it's just supposed to be like tropey.
Yeah.
So then Lucian interrupts their little flirtation and he's like, actually, I got a letter from my contact at the Winter Court. So Feyre wonders if being an emissary also means being a spy master. What makes her wonder that right now?
Tell me how an illiterate 18-year-old girl even has heard of that term.
Because she came from wealth.
Do wealthy people think about spy masters?
maybe Papa
What is
did.
a spy master? Why are we not just spies?
First of all, like I said, I think it's weird that she hasn't thought of that. If she was gonna have that thought, I think she would have had it already, right? Like, why in this moment did she think that?
I don't know.
Is she like getting sus of Lucian just because he's like pissing her off by like not letting her be horny? I just think it's a really random thought. I was like, why'd this come up?
It feels like just first draft stuff that just was like, leave it in.
Maybe.
It'll be
I don't feel like
maybe later.
It is. I don't think it's relevant. I don't think she ever thinks about it again. I don't think it matters.
Is he spy mastering at any point?
I don't think so.
Damn.
Lucian reports that the blight took out 24 younglings. It burned through their magic and broke apart their minds. Yeah, if the blight can truly kill people, what the fuck did you think? What were we worried about if we didn't think it did that?
At the very least.
The only thing it does apart from that is get rid of magic weak, but you were worried for the humans, which it would not be relevant for the humans if that was all it did.
You would have to assume.
I'm pretty sure from the beginning you've been acting like it kills people.
And like the inclusion of the word truly is so weird.
Like she's becoming this little innocent.
Truly? Like what are you? What? Stop acting like that.
I feel like we do this with Feyre, where she's either like hard boss bitch who like will not take no for an answer and is always right, or occasionally when we want to like tap on that little like
fantasy,
oh, she's a
bug.
Sweet little damsel,
Yeah,
she's just a
yeah,
girl.
yeah.
Well, like she's oh, truly the blight can truly kill people. Who's that?
That's not how Feyre's been characterized.
I loved the way this was phrased. It says, and if offspring were as rare as Alice had claimed, the loss of so many would be devastating. But, like, it kind of implies, like...
and I don't know if I can trust her, obviously.
Maybe Alice wasn't telling her the truth. Like, Alice claimed they're really rare.
And if that bird-faced bitch in my room was, telling the truth, unlikely. Like...
That's kind of how it came across. Tamlin says... The blight is capable of hurting us in ways you... He shoots up to his feet. So quickly, his chair flips over. His claws are out.
Shit.
He's snarling at the open doorway. His canines long. Okay, was it for Rhysand or was it for Tamlin and his canines?
You don't know. You don't know.
Right.
Sarah didn't know at this point either.
That's just so true. Yeah, and why should we be expected to know any better than her?
I don't know.
She's the god of this world.
Yeah.
And she didn't know.
There's no gods in this world.
I don't know. I'm being nitpicky. Nothing new.
Okay.
The house, usually full of the whispering skirts and chatter of servants, had gone silent. I
hate that description. I hate it because you just... filled it up with servants.
That's why I'm like, what do you mean usually? That's new, actually. Usually it was fucking silent. Usually you didn't hear shit. So you should say, why not just say the house newly full of whispering skirts
I don't know.
had gone silent? Because you'd be like, you would notice it because it went from really quiet to suddenly filled with noise and now it's quiet again.
Yes.
But usually it's like, I don't know. To me, it just feels lazy. It feels like you're being like, oh, it's filled with people now, so, like, it kind of just has been. And it's like, no, it hasn't. A really important part of your own story has been that no one was here.
It, like, makes me, infuriated because it's so easy to fix. And she just, like, didn't care enough to make it more accurate. Based on her own story, this was a big plot point you put in for no fucking reason. As far as I can tell, it doesn't really make sense why you did it in the first place. And then you fixed it. And then you fucking pretended like it was never that way in the first place.
You fixed it, you did nothing with it, and then
it's like, did you write it one way and then insert that later and not clean it up because you didn't feel like reading your own book again? Like, what the fuck?
I found it weird. I was like, I get that we've done some time jumps here, right, since that happened to Summer Solstice, but not that long. She was here for months without people there.
And if you know it, Sarah... The reader doesn't know it. We don't feel it.
It definitely didn't feel that way.
We don't feel it yet. You'd have to, like, do it a bunch, and then, you can invoke the original quiet and be like, wait, I didn't even realize because it had been quiet for so long, and I was still getting used to the noise.
Yes, but, like, that's the sort of stuff that I think when authors can keep on top of that, that's when the book is very deft and when I'm really impressed. Yes. And I don't find that often happening here.
She is clumsy.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people have been like taken in by her clumsiness, thinking that maybe there's some secret genius in there. But I think that she just is clumsy. So like, you tell me, if Tamlin's getting scared, what's your first thought? Grab a butter knife?
I guess you might as well. But like it's... Sarah, you set up your world that they are so powerful that, like, it should just be like, if they come, they come. I mean, I can't do any... Yeah, I'll hide, but I can't really do anything.
Yeah.
But, like, we want this whole, like... We want to be like, no, I'm allowed to say that they're literally godlike, the strongest beings in the world, because that sounds cool. But we also really want, like, scrappy protag who can just make things happen and work for herself no matter what. And those two things can go together. And, like... seemingly, for a lot of people, they can. Tamlin tells Lucia to take Feyre to the window by the curtains, and all of this was kind of weird. Lucian drags her...
Yeah, why there?
Great question. No, what does this dining room look like? There's nothing else in here. It's just a curtain.
You don't have
Put
an
her in
extra
the
dimensional
fireplace.
Space? You don't have a...
Is there a cabinet?
And he can't just, like, magic her out?
Is the Beauty and the Beast wardrobe anywhere?
Yeah, where's Chip?
That's Alice's nephews.
Fuck.
Sorry.
You're right.
It is. Yeah, I found this odd. Whatever. So Lucian drags Farah over to the window.
Yeah.
And I get. Does he?
He presses his big juicy butt.
I know he does. I know he does. He doesn't. But the weirdest part is he doesn't put her behind the curtain. He pushes her with his back
to the window.
Into the curtain.
Yeah.
Well, you'd think when you say take this person over to the curtain, we're like putting them in it, right? Why did we even need to be in the curtain?
Yeah. And like, are we doing some sort of like pseudo magic system where like you would hide someone behind a curtain so magic near curtains works a little better? Like, what?
That's very Brandon Sanderson.
It is.
But
this is not that.
So he pushes her against the velvet drapes. Okay, she's wondering it too. I wanted to ask why he didn't bother hiding me behind them, but the fox-masked fairy just pressed his back into me, pinning me against him in the wall. Let's be real. The entire reason that this happens is to make you horny as the reader. 100% wish fulfillment, self-insert moment. Yeah. It's hot to imagine two of these men protecting you. We just had sexy time with Tamlin, so she's throwing us a little bone. I'll take it. Give it to me.
Hungry.
She's giving us a bone, and she's saying, well, I'll let you have Lucian dragging you to the wall and pinning you with his big, strong back, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And again, that's what's fun about books like this. These are the parts that I like. It's just, do the audience and do the author own that that's what they're doing is always what I'm curious about. And like books like this series to me always feels like we're kind of trying to wiggle our way out of those things. Yeah. And it's very hard to explain why I feel that way for certain moments.
It's a subtle truth to be able to claim that, yeah.
Because like I read certain horny books and I'm like, nah, somebody would like do something like this and I'd be like, they're so like excited about doing it. And it's so like blatantly like, this is for fun. This is because it's hot for Lucian to touch you. This is, and I don't know what it is about Sarah. Unless it's an explicit sex scene, in which case she does do a fine job, like, letting it happen. But like when it's these little things, I do kind of feel like we want to be like, no.
That's plot.
That's just plot.
Yeah.
And it's like, ideally it's both.
Yeah.
And ideally the half of it that was just horny, we can just be like, yes. Fantastic. So, okay, I have to push back on this, her glamours.
He glamours her.
No, okay. I have to push back on her true sight still being on.
Yep.
Because when Lucian puts his glamour up, she's smelling the magic bad again.
I know.
So that means it's not on, right?
I guess. I don't know.
Let me know, because as far as I understood, when the true sight was on and Tamlin kissed her eyes, magic suddenly smelled like flowers, and now it doesn't anymore.
Yeah, but was it that she could smell the magic in nature, which she normally didn't smell?
No.
And when you're hit with a direct spell, it still is like
metallic?
No,
it was pretty specific.
None of it's specific enough for me.
I feel like it was specific that the tang of magic now smelled good to her. So I think that it's not. Whatever, I don't think it's on.
So it went away.
I think it's gone.
Probably because you didn't give him a real kiss.
Lucian glamoured her to make her a part of Lucian.
Invisible, hidden by the fairy's magic, and scent. How does she know that?
You tell me. How does she know that?
I don't know.
How does she know anything?
But I agree with you. Press up against the big strong back, like in the window, all like spotlighted but hidden, and like you're smelling him, and like all. Is it
not?
Yeah, come on.
Is it not?
It is.
But okay, I'm still confused because didn't we just invisible her from the ACOTAR without all this going on?
Yeah.
Nobody needed to be like, oh, you're on my back and now you're part of me. And we didn't do that. She just was invisible.
I'm wondering if the powers of the ACOTAR and the powers of Rhysand are totally different scales.
And which one's more powerful?
I assume Rhysand, because he's a high lord.
Isn't the ACOTAR like some ancient being with the cries of sacrificial virgins coming out of its mouth?
I don't know what the ACOTAR is.
Well, that's how it was described.
The ACOTAR could be like a big goblin, like as far as I'm aware. Like
they said he's like an ancient deity.
He's something like that got released from like the old crags of the.
Okay,
of
that
the
sounds
earth.
pretty fucking powerful.
Yeah, but I
But
assume
I'm
the
also
High Lords
saying,
are
like,
power. So.
And do they seem like they are?
No, they're all hanging out in a dining room. They're all fucking going to like.
Well, they're
the
weakened,
IHOP.
I guess. But does Rhysand, like, okay, yes, he comes across powerful, he comes across sexy, whatever. But does he actually come across like you're like, he is power?
No, like he's some lodestone of nature? No,
No.
definitely not.
I'm thinking the ACOTAR is coming more across that way to me.
I mean, yeah, the ACOTAR seems like a regular old crazy monster.
The way that she got invisible for the ACOTAR almost seems, you're saying that's less powerful than this version? Like, I don't know. I think this one seemed more somehow risky and like
Maybe
stapled together.
Maybe it's like Rhysand's more crafty. Like he can see through things.
Right.
And the ACOTAR is just like this big dumb monster. And it's like, he's not going to be like sensing things.
This just feels like, I'll be real.
Convenience.
This just feels to me like I needed Lucian to put his big back on her. So now that type of invisible magic doesn't work anymore. And here's a new type that requires them to be touching each other.
And this, Brandon would never do.
Never.
This magic would be so consistent. And then you'd find out in 4,000 pages.
Not only would he would need the magic to be hella consistent, but he also would be like, I'm not putting in horny fan service like this.
Never that. No.
He doesn't, like, he'll dabble. Sometimes Brandon throws you some cute little pieces.
He had a whole race of changelings in Mistborn, and he just made them like dogs. And
Okay,
no one was ever like hot.
Well, she has Tamlin, essentially the transformation changeling, and we also don't do anything with it. So
at least
and
we
this
got
is
dogs.
the book that's like
all about
smut.
Yeah.
We've got smut. At least Brandon's not fucking pretending that he's gonna give me that. Okay, she looks at it. So anyway, okay, she's pushed up against the velvet curtain. Part of Lucian, whatever that means. Tamlin's at the door. And he gets rid of his claws and fangs, and his baldric magically appears. That's interesting. It can do that?
I don't know.
All right, that's a new thing.
He's never done anything with it, so
It's
whatever.
never happened, but okay. He sits in a chair and starts picking his nails, slouched as if nothing were happening. So he's trying to look cool and nonchalant for Rhysand's arrival.
He's hashtag nonchalant, yeah.
You know, I like his introduction. The build up to it's good. The footsteps grew louder. The scuff of his boots on marble tile.
Uh-oh.
And then he appeared. So we learn, he was exactly as I remembered him, with his fine, rich clothing cloaked in tendrils of night. And she says, I'd never dared to paint him, and now I knew I would never have the nerve to. I'd love to think of something else we could say.
We should have a counter at the end of this book.
That's like maybe I've said it before. That's the real counter, not the fucking farts and the bowels.
No farts, no liquid diarrhea.
No.
No, we're
How many times does Feyre describe anything as I couldn't paint that?
Yeah.
And then we would
or I'd love
to paint that. What
or
are
I
the
wouldn't
other?
dare to paint that.
I could never paint that. So
I painted it, but then I got scared of it.
are you about to go? Because we have a lot of conversation between Tamlin and Rhysand, which is difficult.
Hi, Lord.
Yeah, that was good.
You like that?
Yeah.
What do you want, Rhysand? Rhysand? Come now, Tamlin. I don't see you for 49 years, and you start calling me Rhysand. Only my prisoners and my enemies call me that.
Something in his countenance turned feral and deadly, more so than I'd ever seen Tamlin look, of course. So he's, like, notice, which it is something that, like, I understand in terms of smutty romance angle and the attraction and the horny of it all, where it's like, whoever's the most powerful and strong and scary is the one you want, right? And of course, that's not a universal preference, but it's a big preference. Maybe the largest percentage of a preference when you consider what sells and what people like, right? And even if you just consider sexual fantasy across the board. So those two things correlating makes perfect sense. But we're immediately though going like,
I know.
Oh, Rhysand seems like he could be meaner and scarier than Tamlin, which is supposed to make us. I feel like this is a little bit of a disavow thing where we do this like, and that's bad, right? Like thing where it's like the reality is most readers are immediately gonna go, oh, I like him better. That's just how it all goes, right? Mm-hmm. And I do understand. But I think there's room for, like, loving and sucking and fucking...
Sucking and
all
fucking.
The levels. Like,
yeah, definitely.
You know, that's how I feel.
What do you think Tamlin called him before? Boyfriend?
I think it's just he's saying, like, Rhys is what my friends call me. My friends and lovers.
Please, nobody should call him Rhys.
That's what they're calling him.
I know. Oh, and Rhysand is too formal. It's his full name.
It's just his name.
Nobody. They're all walking around being like, Rhys, Tam, Lucy.
I guess.
Come on. Tamlin never called him Rhysand?
Guess not.
Not even when he stared into his eyes mid-spin?
Well, I think it was when Rhysand was teaching him how to make love to women, which we find out about soon.
Yeah.
So it must have been...
About that.
Right, it must have been when they were looking at one another doing their practice.
This is how you fuck a woman, Tamlin. Right here, like that. You know? Like...
he said, oh, Rhys.
Oh.
Oh, Rhys.
Oh, Rhys. Fujoshi.
I know I said I was a Hijiroshi or whatever it was, but today is Fujoshi Day. Yes, it is Fujoshi Day. And I can put on my Fujoshi hat and I can love Fujoshi.
That's it.
And so that's what's happening here. Okay, right now. That's what's happening here. It's going to get worse as it goes, okay? It's going to get better. So, yes, he turns his sights to Lucian. Do we ship them? Does anyone ship them?
A fox mask. Appropriate for you, Lucian.
Go to hell. It's all Lucian ever says.
Yeah, I know.
Every time I do Lucian's
sucks.
lines.
Why? Like, Lucian's like... cunt.
I know.
90% of the time, but when it's a fight, he's just like, go to hell. Fuck you. It's like,
he should say, like, cauldron burn you. I don't know. Let's bring out the cauldron.
No, let's put the cauldron away.
Okay.
Why? Always a pleasure dealing with the rabble.
That's his energy. We were in the middle of lunch.
Stimulating.
Which honestly, like, kind of my reaction to every fucking scene. But it's funny because it's like Sarah coming in to roast like what she picked to write in a way.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you're right. It is fucking boring. Stop eating lunch, you guys. But
she's
I'm
like, this sucks. Looks bad. Who wrote this shit? Oh, it's me. Like, what?
Tamlin asks why Rhysand is here. He says he wanted to check up on them and see if they got his little present.
Got my little present.
He's talking about the head.
Your present was unnecessary. But a nice reminder of the fun days, wasn't it?
Oh my god, I feel like I'm in the room with them.
Oh my god.
I feel like I'm there.
It's crazy what's happening here.
How much of this you want to read?
Like, I don't know. I wrote like all of it down.
I know, so...
we don't need to do the half a century in the country and state.
Rhysand's like, okay, well, you spent half a century holed up in your country estate. I don't know how you managed it, but you're a stubborn bastard, and this must have seemed like a paradise compared to Under the Mountain, Under the Mountain.
And then they all sang it.
Under the Mountain, Under the Mountain, Under the Mountain. And then Rhysand says, I suppose it is. Meaning, it probably, and it is in fact much nicer than Under the Mountain, so like this is not weird. And he says, oh, why didn't you make any attempts to save yourself or your lands? And Tamlin's like, there's nothing to be done. And you're like, he's obviously just not sharing his plan with Rhysand.
Or Farah, for that matter.
Rhysand approaches Tamlin, comes right up. His voice dropped into a whisper, an erotic caress of sound that brought heat to my cheeks. And so, but like, it's so funny because you're like, yes, okay, this is sort of like Feyre being like, I have this attraction to Rhysand, but like, it conceivably is kind of read where you're like, he's directing the eroticism at Tamlin, right?
100%. It's just like he can't not be hot. That's like what's happening here.
Just hot to everybody. Which honestly, wasn't it? Didn't you kind of think that archetype was going to be Lucian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like she was like, I need Lucian for the plot so he can't be as hot as I want.
Right.
So I'll make him the night guy. That's it. I don't know.
Yeah.
The problem is all Fae should be doing 10 times more than what Rhysand is doing. The hottest fae would like blister these pages away. There would be nothing left but a fucking ashen smear.
Okay, whoa. All right, well, would you like to do an erotic caress of sound and bring some heat to my cheeks?
I'll try.
What a pity you must endure the brunt of it, Tamlin. And an even greater pity that you're so resigned to your fate. You might be stubborn, but this is pathetic. How different the High Lord is from the brutal warband leader of centuries ago.
He's definitely whispering that, like, right into his ear.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Convinced.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Yeah. Lucian interrupts.
What do you know about anything? You're just Amarantha's whore!
Her whore I might be, but not without my reasons.
I don't really know what Amarantha's deal is.
Right.
Other than she's a powerful lady living under a mountain. So somehow in these land of high fae, there is a witchy lady that is somehow more powerful, probably because she stole a magic artifact or some shit.
She stole some
or
stuff.
she's uniquely positioned because of something she found.
You'll find out. There's a reason.
I'm close, right? Like,
Yeah.
she's powerful because of reasons.
Yeah.
And she shouldn't be that powerful, probably, because the High Lord should be that powerful, and she somehow has more power.
Right, but we're going back to the whore part.
The whore part, yeah, I don't know. She's just, I mean, when you're powerful, you just get whores, right? Like, that's how that works. So you pick the hottest guy, and you're like, you're my whore.
Well,
that's what anyone would do in her position.
She certainly does that again. I don't know that... I don't remember the origin point of her and Rhysand, but I don't know if she picked him or if he came and was like, hey, I could do something for you. Because I think it might be more that way.
So Rhysand said, you haven't been cracked in a good long while.
Yeah.
Let me help you with that.
I think so, yeah.
And she went, okay. Are you going to like, is Amarantha a redhead?
She is.
So you're just going to be rocking that wig again
No,
forever?
because I think I have my other wig from the other podcast when I was Shoda. Also an extremely powerful redheaded. Like, I honestly think I could wear the entire outfit. The dress, the wig.
Is she boobed up?
I don't know. I think so.
There's not a sorceress alive not boobed up. Come on.
That wig I think is a little bit more Amarantha than this. This I really think this is Lucian to me.
To me, yeah, I agree.
But yeah, so like I don't know, him even dropping her whore, but not without my reasons. You're like, why are you even telling them that? To be honest. And so Rhysand calls him Little Lucian. I liked that.
You like? Oh, that
I'm
works
gonna
for
put
you.
Fujoshi over my head.
Fujoshi alert.
I liked Little Lucian from
Little
Rhysand.
Lucian. Do you think he says Lucian, or because I'm going with Lucian, like for him? Because I
You
feel
do
like,
whatever you want.
Little Lucian, you certainly gave them something to talk about when you switched to spring. Such a sad thing. To see your lovely mother in perpetual mourning over losing you.
And then you point your sword at me.
Oh, watch your filthy mouth.
There you go.
I feel like I sound like a hot, huge woman. Like a...
Wait, is there a Japanese term for that? Because I'm that. Hot, huge woman. We love hot, huge woman.
Are you more that than me?
What?
A lover of hot, huge women?
All right, how many titles you fucking want, right?
I just think I win. You get...
What do I get? What do I get?
Big booby sorceress.
I got one.
That's you.
I got one. I love big booby sorcerers.
Yeah. You get Lucian. Lucian lover.
All right.
Little Lucian lover.
Two redheads. That's it. That's what I got.
Yeah, so Lucian's pointing his sword at him. Rhysand laughs a lover's laugh. Low and soft and intimate. And again, I don't know. If you're trying to get across to me that he is a lover for Feyre who's just hiding behind Lucian's back and not involved, rather than a lover of these two men, I wasn't getting that, because I assumed
it's not for Feyre.
Feyre's
just like getting splash damage aroused.
Right.
This is for these guys.
Yes.
But it's like, yeah, is it like just mocking? Like it's all just like, I'll be a little gay with you because you're a bitch. Like that's kind of like how that's how I feel like Sarah's like playing with it. Like I think it is what we're saying. I think it is supposed to be like, it feels like they have some sort of like deeply erotic past, these three.
It very much feels that way.
Yeah, but I feel like she's like, oh, this is just how villains are. I don't know why.
And I mean, they sort of are, right?
Yeah, and I guess the headcanon there is that the villains be fucking these people.
That's what I'm thinking. And then like when you combine villains just be like that with long pastime friendship, that's when you start to go, oh, well, what does that mean? What could that imply about what was going down?
Now, little Lucian, Is that any way to speak to a High Lord of Prithian?
You're right. Daddy, take me away.
Down.
Bear's like, oh my god, the fairies at Calanmay didn't cross him because he's a high la. A high la. That's how it went.
Oh, that's so bad. It's such a stupid thing to put in there because, like, they know. No one's confused. No, like, he doesn't need to drop that title to
As
them.
if it's a plot. Right. It's like, why is he saying it? Why is she even surprised? Of course he could be a High Lord. That really powerful man who came and made everybody leave you alone and who looked and behaved way differently than everyone else around you. Yeah, maybe he's a High Lord. Maybe. In fact, I think we know exactly which one he is. You said he's covered with night.
He's covered with night tendrils.
Come now, Tamlin.
Was that? Come now, governor.
Come now, Tamlin. Shouldn't you reprimand your lackey for speaking to me like that?
Tamlin says he doesn't enforce rank in his court, and I feel like this is so consistent with Tamlin's characterization, right? Like, he's so, like, I'm uncomfortable being in charge. I
hate slavery.
Right, I hate...
No ranks, just love.
Yes.
Kind of.
Just us.
Just us. And nothing else.
Nothing else.
I'm going to keep doing it.
He said it. He said it right then and there. Okay? He's all about that. This is a free love man.
And that's very spring.
So spring, so sweet. And then we're gonna, like, turn around and be like, actually, Tamlin loves being a dick who's in charge and enforcing rank. It's just like, I feel like you utilized him not being that way to make us like him in this book. And it just feels really weird when we're like,
it's called contrivances.
It is. Well, so he says he doesn't enforce rank. What does Rhysand say?
Still? But it's so entertaining when they grovel. I suppose your father never bothered to show you.
That's kind of like a weird low blow.
Yeah.
When you consider the slavery and everything. I mean, I guess, right, he's probably talking about just, like, in terms
Fey
of court.
rank and, yes.
But there's a weird feeling about it because of the slavery.
Well, yeah, because he's a bad guy, right?
I know.
And right now, he's allowed to make jokes about slavery because he's a bad guy.
Right, but, like, I'm always so curious about how far we can push it when it's, like, him saying essentially voluntary things.
Yeah.
I get it, he's in character, and I get that he's got to, like, keep this up, and saying really bad things helps with that. I don't know, but
he's just in a trauma mindset, you know? So, like, he's villain maxing right now, and he has to.
It's cool when he, like, all of the villain maxing he did, which really should make you insane with grief and trauma, doesn't, and he's just fine and cool and having a good time in his townhouse. It's cool when that happens. It's cool when the implications of what it would be to be a good person having to do all of this gets just dropped in favor of, like, goofy hijinks. Because that's the only thing that's interesting about him. Yeah. He's interesting if he actually is bad / a little morally gray in his badness. And he's interesting if you really wanted to do, like, he was genuinely good and he had to keep this up against his will. And then you could go two routes with it, right? You could go, like, he truly hated it the whole time, and then we could watch him, like, crumble later on when he deals with how he handled this. Or you could do, I kind of had to, like, enjoy myself in the midst of it, and I tapped into some dark shit that I can't quite put away.
And now I'm forever aware that I'm not really a good person.
Yes.
That's
which
interesting.
Also, I feel like we never really considered that.
No, because Rhys, we're not enemies.
You're not enemies.
We need to be very aware that he's a good, morally good person.
Right, and I like that. I'm curious how you'll feel, because it's like people are like, no, she's making him morally gray, and I'm like, not enough. Not enough for that to be interesting. And a lot of the things we could put in that category were like, oh, well, that must be an attempt to make him morally gray. I would argue isn't an attempt. It actually isn't. Yes, it literally is for any person on the outside looking in, being critical about it. But I don't think Sarah intended it that way a lot of the time, which it just becomes very weird. I just think this actually could have been interesting and really would fuck you up.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like it did. And then the few things that I could look at and be like, no, I do, maybe it did. Maybe that is why he did this bad thing. Maybe that is why he did this other bad thing. She's like, those things weren't bad. What?
There seems to be this modern take in these books where, like, we judge things on a modern lens, but, like, we say character did X because of trauma, and then we say they had trauma, which excuses Y action.
Yeah.
But then they never change. Like, they're never, like, actually going through what that trauma would mean. If the trauma caused all these effects that made them do bad things...
Yes, but I'm saying you'd be compounding crazy amounts of new trauma...
But that's what I'm saying.
...on the choice you made from your old trauma.
It's like they just go, that was trauma, and then they're, like, absolved.
And now it's all cured.
It's not cured. It wouldn't be cured.
No, it would. This would end up making it so much crazier and worse, and your brain would be like fractured to fuck at the end.
And if you can write that, well, it's so good.
I would have eaten it up. I would have eaten it up.
Then you're up.
Go back to the Night Court. You have no power here. He says Amarantha's bed is growing cold, and the Fair's like, oh my god, he put the severed head here. And then Rhysand snickers, but then he's real fast.
He does the anime fast travel where he's like something, or like, the True Blood vampire dash.
He's like, phew. He's right in front of Lucien, growling in his face. So Rhysand growls too.
Everyone growls, and they should.
Lucien presses his Feyre into the wall with his back hard enough that I stifled a cry as I was squished against the wood. When the boys are fighting on top of you and you're invisible.
Has anyone had that thought before?
If I were squashed with Lucien and Rhysand snapped forward and growled in his face, and Lucian's like, and the boys fighting on top of me.
And their hips line up and he's bucking into him, but you're underneath. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
That's not
I'm putting the Fujoshi over you now. Oh. You get the Fujoshi now. Fujoshi for your wife's pleasure. Thank you. Yes. So he does. Yeah, that is what happened. Yeah, Rhysand says I was... What are you going to say?
No.
Okay, he says he was slaughtering on the battlefield before Lucien was even born. And then, as quickly as he had come, he withdrew, casual and careless. He goes forward, I'm ancient, and then... just over it, which is, listen, it's anime ass shit, but unfortunately it's very vampire. Think it's kind of cool.
It is cool. Everyone likes it. There's a reason they do it.
Yeah, it's sexy and cool. It did make Rhysand seem hot. I am not immune.
And Feyre would never dare paint it. Not in 100 million years. Would never dare
paint it that dark immortal grace. Not in 100 years. Right, okay.
Yeah.
This you must deliver. I need to hear this one out loud.
Besides, who do you think taught your beloved Tamlin the finer aspects of swords and females? Swords. You can't truly believe he learned everything in his father's little war camps.
Also...
So now what I'm...
There's a lot going on.
So Tamlin is gay fucking in his father's war camps.
Yeah.
And also, he learned the finer details.
The finer details?
Of swords and females.
I understand. The innocent way to read it would be that
fighting
they
and
were
fucking
friends, and he was like, my buddy Tamlin, I'll teach you all my moves, meaning I'll just sort of relay to you, like, you should say this and do this, which we keep having people doing this for Tamlin. Lucian's doing it, Rhysand's doing it, everybody's doing it.
Because he's a big dopey good guy, but keep going. Yeah.
Right. I don't know, whatever. So, like, that's one way, but
there's a very clear other way.
They were kissing, and Rhysand was saying, like, oh no, Tamlin, do it like this.
They were sheathing
the swords.
They were plunging them home over and over again.
Right. So honestly, he was like, well, who's fucking who, right? Because it's like, is Rhysand fucking Tamlin and being like, listen to me. There are options. Listen to me.
Okay.
Rhysand could be fucking Tamlin and being like, okay, now just lay back. You're the lady. Watch me work. Watch what I do.
He could do that. You're right. That's true.
But he also could be like, now I'll lay here. You fuck me and I will tell you what to do.
Yeah.
I think they did both.
They definitely did both. They had 500 years. Of course, they had gay sex a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot. Yeah, Feyre doesn't seem to clock this, right? She doesn't even think anything of it.
Not surprised.
She's not questioning how he taught him the finer details of women. They're making out. They're doing but it's like kind of cute to think of them being like innocent and they're like, oh, I'll teach you how to kiss.
Book 8 should be the flashback book.
Yes.
Court of Swords and Females. There you go.
Yeah. I would buy that one for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Tamlin's like, save it for another time. What? I don't know. Talking about...
Stop talking about bouncing on it.
Yeah, let's... we can't go back to that, okay? I go there with Lucien in the Glen these days. You're not involved. We've moved on from you because you became a bad man. So yeah, Tamlin's like, save it for another time. I'll see you soon enough, which I was like, I guess because Tamlin's playing like he is in fact going to get dragged under the mountain soon.
I guess so, yeah.
Rhysand says Amarantha's getting ready for him. And it seems Tamlin is broken enough to reconsider her offer. So, yes, you'll find out, what's going on with that at some point. Yeah. They're almost out of it. Rhysand's walking. He trails his finger on Feyre's chair, and then he, looks down and, oh, no. There's a third place set. There's a third plate.
Of course.
He counts 1, 2.
Eating gets you in trouble. Once again.
1, 2. Whose plate is this?
Who's this?
Right. He says, where's your guest? Tamlin's like, I sent him off. Then you gotta deliver this line.
I gotta do it from here.
Right. So he's like, doesn't seem to be reacting. Then there's a flicker of excitement, perhaps even disbelief, before he whips his head to Lucien. That is me. I'm like acting like I didn't do anything. And he says,
"You dare glamour me?" I don't know. Oh no.
Oh no, can you... Oh my god. Do it, don't scream as much.
"You dare glamour me?"
I guess so.
Oh no.
"You dare glamour me."
That's
I do like that line.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, at this point, the way it's described, it's like his face is contorted in rage. It's like the first time you see Rhysand really lose his cool guy persona. Tamlin's claws are out, and Rhysand can see Feyre now, and he's like, "Oh, I remember you. It seems like you ignored my warning to stay out of trouble." So Lucien says he is betrothed to Feyre, which just kind of feeds more into my
big
theory.
back on her.
Yeah, now we're LARPing that they're getting married. I don't know. I just think she wanted to if you liked Lucien, she wanted to give you a little something.
Here I thought you still mourned your commoner lover.
If Rhysand is a good man being forced to be this bad in a private setting, no less. But fine, he wants Lucien and Tamlin to be bought into his badness.
Yeah.
Saying something like that to somebody should really and I'm sure he's done so much worse things and said so much worse things, I'm sure, to tons of people. Those things should be cutting this man.
Yeah.
Right? He should be if he's actually good, that should fuck him up later.
Yeah.
And so what I assumed was surely it would be kind of boring to be he's truly good and this eats at him so bad that he's essentially a husk of a human being for the rest of the books. That's not really fun. So I see why we didn't go that direction. But then your only other alternative is that he's a guy who's actually it was kind of okay for me to say that. And then if he thinks it's kind of okay for him to say that to Lucien, then he's a little crazy and bad.
Yeah, which
right?
I think Feyre also is.
I know.
Based on the way she's characterized.
But that works. But that not actually being the way you're supposed to read it feels crazy.
I agree.
Lucien
draws the sword.
Lucien draws the sword. He spits at Rhysand's feet, which is deserved. And he puts his sword between him and Feyre. Rhysand's like, I'll make the entire Autumn Court bleed, including your mom. He says it cooler than that, but that's the vibe. Tamlin tells Lucien to put the sword down. So you kind of get the sense that they can't do much against him right now, and Tamlin's trying to de-escalate. So Tamlin tells him to leave, and Feyre in her head is making a comment about how Tamlin doesn't fight Rhysand despite the fact that Rhysand's coming closer to him. And you kind of do get this sense, and I feel like she's priming you as the reader to feel the same way of like, basically like, oh, maybe Tamlin's like a pussy.
I agree.
And here's the problem is, while I understand this hierarchy of dominance thing, and I like it myself, there's still, like, you did a bad job. And this will come up again and again and again, especially when it comes to Tamlin and vilifying him.
Yeah.
But, like, you do a bad job because you give, within the context of the plot, Tamlin too many reasonable reasons to be acting this way, where I'm like, I can't really judge him for this when, like, you've made it so that that makes sense.
Here's the thing, yeah, if him lashing out hurts his court, hurts people he cares about.
And the implication that you've set up is that it definitely would.
Anything like that, right? Like, he's being a good ruler and by proxy probably a good man.
Yeah.
To not react in this moment. Feyre thinking he's a pussy for that.
Well, she doesn't
makes
say
her
explicitly.
A bad
That's
person.
what I think. That's what I think.
Wow, look at his restraint. Look at what he was willing to go through.
Which, I mean, we're going to do this times a million in a second.
Right, so I won't... Yeah, let's...
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't... I'm like, I'm not buying it. You didn't set this up enough where I could actually look at Tamlin and be like, ooh, you really should be doing something. And if that's how you wanted me to feel, you should have made the situation completely different.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there is a scenario where I could feel that way.
He doesn't seem cowardly right now. He seems like he has, like, a great burden on his shoulders, which is how you've set it up.
Correct. And she's like, maybe they're not fighting because a High Lord fight would tear this whole house down. And I'm just like, has it ever once felt like that was an option?
No.
Has it ever felt like that is what would happen if these people fought?
No.
No. Or perhaps if Rhysand was indeed this woman's lover, the retaliation from hurting him would be too great. Like, yeah, obviously, right? Like, obviously that would be the conclusion. So Rhysand brushes Lucien aside, and he's going up to Feyre. There's nothing between us now. The air was sharp and cold, but Tamlin remained where he was, and Lucien didn't so much as blink as Rhysand pried the knife out of her hands. To me, this reads like they are, like, paralyzed magically or something.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I agree, but it also feels like it reads wrong. Like, there's something about it that feels incorrect. Lucien was brushed aside.
Yeah.
And he's not even looking. And I'm like,
that's why
Lucian's been brandishing his sword. Lucian's been doing all this stuff.
Okay, but that's exactly what
the only way this makes sense is that. Yeah, there's some sort of magical paralysis.
Tamlin and Lucien have been, like, getting up in his face, especially Lucien. He's spitting on him.
Yeah.
Has the sword out. Been trying to protect Feyre, got in between him and Feyre. So now why all of a sudden, I feel like we're, like, trying to, like, be like, oh, they just, like, stopped caring. Like, what, in the last 8 seconds?
No, but if it's not magical paralysis, then it feels like Feyre's anger at being, like, not defended is making her, like, characterize them as, like, really...
But the entire scene
right now
has been them defending her.
No, I understand. And the fact that they stopped and let him get this close, she's like, they're not doing anything. He's not even lifting a finger. He fucking pressed his whole body against you and, like, brandished a weapon at this man who he can't hurt for you for, like, 10 minutes. And the second he gets up close, you're like, no one's doing anything.
But he, in a second, like, kind of goes in her brain and is, like, controlling her and stuff, and I'm like, okay, to me it feels like I would assume he's doing something to them.
You would think.
He throws the knife away. He's like, that's not going to do anything. If you were wise, you'd be screaming and running away from this place. It's a wonder you're still here. And then she looks confused, and Rhysand laughs, and he says, oh, she doesn't know, does she? And then Tamlin's like, you have seconds to get out.
If I were you, I wouldn't speak to me like that.
Then Feyre, against her own volition, her body straightened, every muscle going taut, my bones straining. Magic, but deeper than that. Power seized everything inside me and took control. Even my blood flowed where he willed it. I couldn't move. An invisible talon-tipped hand scraped against my mind, and I knew one push, one swipe of those mental claws, and who I was would cease to exist. It's a cool power.
Definitely.
It's a hot power.
Yep.
It's like the ultimate dommy daddy. They're like Tamlin and Rhysand is like, Tamlin's like, I'm this big primal beast dominance, and Rhysand is this cool, calculated psychic dominance, right? And like, I just feel like both are good.
Both are good. You should get fucked by both at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Mind and body.
It says, let her go, Tamlin said, bristling, but he didn't advance forward. So, like, I don't know. Am I supposed to think he's being calculated in being like, I can't set this fight off? Or am I supposed to think that he literally can't move?
It's unclear.
I fear that Sarah wanted it to just be that they're being cowards or something. But, like, it reads like magic's happening. I think she wrote it weird if that's not supposed to be my conclusion.
I gotta wonder, though, and I'm sure it'll change over time or when she gains whatever she gains. But, like, how can you have a relationship with someone that can do this to you?
You know?
How can you?
But I guess it's pretty, I guess it is different.
Well, because I was like, Tamlin's physically, so...
Yeah.
And yeah, he could lock you up, he could do whatever he wants to do to you, blah, blah, blah. This man can will your blood around your body?
Yeah, I know. But also she gets some powers and such that evens it out.
Does it?
Yeah.
Enough that, like, he can't do this to her?
No,
I don't know. Because even, I think another high fae, like, you can't have an equitable relationship with a man that can reach into your mind and change things.
The precedent there is weird. And so everybody thought, well, surely that's intentional, right? Like, well, surely that's the fun of this, what we're going to explore with it. But
no.
It seems to be nothing. Okay. Just the same way Tamlin has transformation powers and he doesn't transform. You know, it's like he's got this power, he just doesn't do anything with it. He would never do anything bad with it. Why? Because. Yeah. Because.
She's the most delicious thoughts about you, Tamlin. She's wondered about the feeling of your fingers on her thighs. Between them, too. Even as he said my most private thoughts, even as I burned with outrage and shame, I trembled at the grip still on my mind.
Yeah, this is hot. This is really hot. The idea of your big beast boyfriend, you're so horny for him, hot psychic boyfriend shows up in front of sexy fox boyfriend and announces all of your sexual fantasies to the room is like a perfect scenario. Sarah did really cook with that idea. Like that yes. That's very hot.
Agreed.
I'm curious. Why did she wonder if it would feel good to have you bite her breast the way you bit her neck?
Now, this just confirms the theory that they were having sex. Because, like, look how comfortable he is, right? Like, he's so comfy being like,
he's having a good time.
Tamlin, like, I'm curious, like, how you're fucking this girl. I want to know the finer details. Let's converse. Like, let's have a conversation.
They've done this before.
It's
definitely
feels that way.
All right, a fic where Tamlin fucks a girl and then Rhysand brings her back and pulls all her memories up and says, like, okay, this is what you could have done better.
A replay.
Yeah.
A replay.
Yep. Do it again. Do it better now. Now you know.
It's just every fucking fanfic idea we have someone telling Tamlin to fuck women better.
Tamlin's the ultimate stud, that's why.
He is.
So you're just like, he's like a dummy little hot stud, and everyone's like, do this, and he's like, boom, 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 you know? Like, I don't know.
If it's any consolation, she would have been the one for you, and you might have gotten away with it. A bit late, though. She's more stubborn than you are.
I'm not 100% sure I understand this line.
What's going on here?
I need to think about it.
So I don't know what we're talking about yet. I'm not sure. I know Tamlin needs her for a thing. Mm-hmm. She would have been the one for you. I understand with things like this why people were very convinced.
Right?
Because those invisible claws lazily caressed my mind again, then vanished. So caressed her mind, the claws that could destroy her entire consciousness, caressed her mind after saying she would have been the one for you.
Right, like I did something to change
that. You were so close, but...
Yes, right?
Like, what else does that mean? He changed her brain to make him and her mate. Like, that's what it seems like to me.
And it's much more interesting if that's the case.
I agree, but that's the problem. Everyone read this book thinking, some people were like, oh, Sarah, whatever you say is good. And then some people said, is there some really interesting subtext going on? And it doesn't seem like that's true, but...
So she sinks to the floor, she's reeling, she's trying to keep from sobbing, from screaming, from emptying my stomach onto the floor. And I just think it's crazy. This alone should be traumatizing enough that if and when they're supposed to be like mates or spending time together, like she should be pretty like traumatized from this experience. And it's gonna get so much worse.
Let's go.
After this.
Can't wait to forget about all of it.
And then we're just going to be like, it really wasn't that big of a deal for her.
See, like, but that's also more evidence of being like, surely
that's because
he's just removing memories from her brain.
Or
I'm fixing trauma. Don't worry, Feyre.
Rhysand says, Amarantha will enjoy breaking her almost as much as she'll enjoy watching you as she shatters her bit by bit. You say Tamlin was frozen, his arms, his claws hanging limply at his side. Like, I think this is intentional language to be like, isn't he
He's got a limp dick.
He's such a beta. It just feels like it's all in service to just simply prop up Rhysand. But I think Tamlin being like a pretty good foe in this scenario, Rhysand acting like this and it being a draw, or Rhysand coming out just a little ahead due to the Amarantha buff, would serve perfectly fine to make Rhysand cool and keep Tamlin also cool. Kind of cool.
Yeah, I agree.
So Tamlin just says, please.
Yeah.
And once again, Rhysand says,
please what?
Said gently, coaxingly, like a lover, to Tamlin.
Like a lover.
He says, don't tell Amarantha about her. And he says, why not? As her whore, I should tell her everything. And, like, I get this as this is real Rhysand coming out.
Yeah.
Being like, I'm mad at you guys for making fun of me for being her whore. It's like, Rhysand makes these crazy choices that you're like, kind of understandable, like, in a fucked up way.
Sure.
But then the narrative is like, people shouldn't be mean to him for thinking the thing he wanted you to think. And it's like, why not? That comes with it, right?
Yeah.
Rhysand points at the ground, his smile becoming vicious.
Beg, and I'll consider not telling Amarantha.
Hot, but you can't tell me this level of insanity, like behaving this way, does not impact your personality in a big way.
Yeah. Is Amarantha like watching him? That's the only way like this makes sense.
She might be.
She's like scrying in. She'll be like, yeah, that's so fucking hot. Good
yeah,
job.
on it, Amarantha. Fujoshi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That explains it all.
Huh.
Amarantha's a Fujoshi. And you know what? She wants Tamlin, and I think it's because
she wants more boy love.
She wants them to fuck.
Yeah.
Like, she wants to fuck him too, but I think that she's trying to hook them up.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think it's because Rhysand was her whore.
Yeah.
They were doing some pillow talk.
Yes.
They were doing some dirty talk. Rhysand was like, oh, you like Tamlin. Boy, do I got stories about Tamlin. I think that Tamlin...
Yeah.
I actually had a lot of sex with Tamlin. Do you want to hear about
She's
it?
Like, no. Yes.
No. Yes. Yes, we did.
We did.
He told her everything. She was like, I need to get this.
Get him under the mountain.
Yeah.
We'll have a good time.
We need to get Tamlin down here, too. I need to see that happening in front of me.
Mm-hmm. And you can torture a mortal.
Fujoshi.
Yeah.
So Tamlin drops to his knees and bows his head.
Lower.
Tamlin presses his forehead to the floor, his hands sliding along the floor towards Rhysand's boots. Maybe they've done this before.
Yeah, I think
it kind of seems practiced.
It's practiced, yeah.
Feyre's like, I could have wept with rage at the sight of Tamlin being forced to bow to someone, at the sight of my High Lord being put so low. It's also like,
yeah,
he's just trying to get out of the situation.
In which your life is in the
right,
like your erotic image of him getting ruined right now is really nothing compared to
it's nothing. Get
you
over
getting
it.
diced to ribbons, mentally or otherwise.
I also think it is hot.
Yeah,
for him to bow. Personally,
well, I think in the next chapter that'll probably be true, right?
But is it just like Rhysand's residual hotness,
hot aura? Yeah.
So then he says,
"You too, Foxy boy."
Foxy boy. Fujoshi.
Little Lucian. Foxy boy.
Yeah.
I ship them. So Lucian's not happy, but he does it too. Because, oh my god, they are trying to save her. Granted, also sort of selfishly. But I think they would try to save her. And like, what? So this, I really do... I do resent everybody who says that Tamlin gave them the ick here.
Any other way this goes, if Tamlin acted the way you claim you wanted him to act, Feyre should die.
Right, Feyre should die.
The book ends.
And here's the other thing. If Tamlin... I could see a world in which Tamlin doesn't do this and is like, I'm going to fight him. I would never bow on the ground. And we all go, ugh.
He wouldn't even
what
bow
a
for her.
toxic Mal. What a toxic man. He won't put aside his patriarchal desire to look manly to save the woman he loves. That's what you guys would say. There was no winning here. No. I think him bowing is winning. I think it's sexy from like a sexual fantasy point of view. I think that on a practical level, taking all of that silliness out of it, it's just like, he's not asking him to do anything crazy. It's literally just like a mild ding to my ego. And he'll leave? Yeah, do it.
And it's like a goofy porn concept. It's not anything. He's not like pissing on him. You know what I mean? Like he's just bowing and then he leaves. Like, I don't know.
If anything, like, we should be turning this back on Rhysand and be like, what? Like, granted, I know he's doing it for fakesies, but like, assuming he was doing it for real, which is what they all think, you should be like, are you good? Like, why do you even need this, buddy?
And my version of Lucian would do that.
Right.
He'd be bowing and be like, does this do something for you? Ooh. Like, you know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like, head on the floor in his own spit, just being like, do you feel good now? Like, right. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's my Lucian.
Your Lucian.
That's my Lucian. Fujoshi.
I guess you and Lucian together is Fujoshi, actually. But do I love the boys on the ground reaching out to Rhysand's knee-high riding boots and him going lower. Yeah.
It's like so obvious, it's not even worth saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yes, let's just suck some dicks now. Oh, let's keep it going.
Just drill their faces, Rhysand. Pump until you can't. Keep pumping. Empty those balls. Night balls cometh.
Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, but like I do think it's weird. I think that I don't understand thinking that the more reasonable action here was for Tamlin to be like, oh, I'm magically reduced and you're really strong, but I'll try to fight you anyway rather than do this because it's a little embarrassing.
He would have done it. The house would have gotten destroyed. A beam would have hit Farah in the head and they would have said, this is what happens
when men can't
control their... And somehow Rhysand is still good.
Somehow.
Despite coming in and ruining their lunch and causing the fight to happen in the first place.
The 2x4.
Yeah, just
boing.
Doing. She like would have had a concussion.
Oh my god, if only Tamlin could have gotten over himself and just bowed. Who even cares? That's what you would have said.
I know.
You're far too desperate, Tamlin. It's off-putting. Becoming High Lord made you so boring.
Don't him and Lucian have this, like, something about their dialogue and vibe has too much crossover
100%,
for me.
Yeah.
And poor Tamlin's still on the floor. He's like, are you gonna yes, I get it. Listen, him saying all this, Tamlin down on the ground, does Rhysand seem like hotter in the more like Dommy Daddy way right now? Like, yeah.
That's the point. But that's the point.
But like it's also not that it's not that serious. These things, I think it's a weird take to be like, oh, this somehow like permanently like mars him. It's like it's a moment in time. He's still our big beast, Dad. Okay,
yeah,
this doesn't ruin him forever. It's ridiculous. So poor Tamlin down there. Are you going to tell Amarantha? Or Rhysand says, perhaps I'll tell her. Perhaps I won't. Okay. So then Tamlin, I guess, I don't know. Because he did what he said, and then he's still not promising to do it.
He pops up.
He pops up real quick up to Rhysand, his fangs out, and then Rhysand says, none of that, and shoves Tamlin away. Not with a lady present. I don't know.
I don't get it. And also, why can he push Tamlin away with one hand? Like, that doesn't really make that much sense. I think he just
is stronger right now. And he's like, I know you won't push it. Because once the fight actually gets set off, I'm gonna win. And you know that.
No, I know, but the even the ability to shove him away with one hand is like...
No, it does suggest that, like, he's got some really powerful thing going on right now.
Yeah, I guess so.
What's your name, love?
Giving him my name...
Giving
him my name, my family name, would only lead to more pain and suffering. He might very well find my family and drag them into Prithian to torment just to amuse himself. I think it's weird we even need any amount of explaining for why Feyre wouldn't want to just tell him her family's... Like, I feel like that is so something we as the reader would assume. Yeah, it's very obvious Feyre would not want to give this man her name. Why is she explaining it?
I can't let him know.
Torturing.
So then you tell me, what does Feyre do
Well,
here?
yeah, I know what she does. Well,
this is the most evil thing imaginable with this forethought.
Well, she tries to set it up like it was a little bit of a panic, right? So
Sure.
she says, like, from knowing how it felt with him in her mind, he could steal my name from me if I hesitated for even a second to think of what to say next. So she just says the first thing that pops into her head, which is the name Claire Bedore, which is a village friend of her sister's.
Nesta, I assume.
I think she means Nesta and Elaine, like both of them.
Of her sisters.
So
Okay.
her explanation for why she did this, she had no choice. That did make sense.
How about having a backbone? We're going to talk about how Tamlin gave you the ick. You just sold out a whole nother girl's family. Not my family, which she said before. She would do bad things for her family.
She did say that.
She did. And this is a bad thing. So we want to talk about Feyre. This is evil. You had the thought, I can't tell him my family name. I'll give him someone else. It was just instantaneous. It wasn't. You had a whole thought about how you didn't want to give him your family name. Yes, you gave him someone else's name. And she's never going to feel guilty about that.
She is.
Oh.
She is going to feel not guilty enough. I would say,
Damn.
granted.
Claire Bedore's family's coming.
Something bad will happen, though. And
Dang. Can't believe Claire's going to get it like that.
And she will certainly feel guilt. Whether or not she feels enough guilt, whether or not we reflect on it enough moving forward is, really up for debate. But she will feel bad at some point. So then you want to hit us with this last line?
Let's do it.
Well, this was entertaining. The most fun I've had in ages, actually. I'm looking forward to seeing you three under the mountain. I'll give Amarantha your regards.
And then he vanishes into nothing, as if he'd stepped through a rip in the world, leaving us alone in horrible, trembling silence. And that is that for Rhysand's visit.
Very sexy of him.
Very sexy. It's all very hot. I think everybody was hot in this scenario. I think Lucian was hot. I think Rhysand was hot. The only person who wasn't hot, quite frankly, was Feyre. And
when is she ever?
Not really her fault. How's she gonna compete?
She's not supposed to. She's the insert.
Exactly though.
She's not supposed to be hot. She doesn't want to work right now.
It was really hot when he announced her fantasies to the room.
Yes, agreed. Yeah.
We need to find
He
some.
didn't get her name when he was in there. He was pulling out.
He was like, I know exactly.
He went right to her puss.
I know exactly what I'm looking for.
Oh, human puss right here. Oh, yes. Oh, wait, it's Lucian's betrothed, but this is a lot of fantasies about Tamlin. Oh,
Right.
stretching him out like.
And then they'd be like, we're both marrying her.
Yeah.
She's our betrothed.
Smart. If she was smart. Pharaoh with 4 brain cells, that's what she would do. Yeah. I just want to marry all the Fae. I am children of the blessed, and I'm being blessed.
She's become the ultimate. She's the children of the blessed, like, patron saint at this point. Yep. But yeah, it's a fun chapter, right? You get a lot of lore drops. Rhysand does in fact successfully pull off him being sexy.
Oh yeah.
It sets up a lot of tension. It makes you like, oh, I really want to know what's up with Amarantha. I really want to go under the mountain. I think we could have set Amarantha up. And the whole
conflict.
I feel like the conflict, Amarantha, everything, we could have really breadcrumbed it better and maybe right.
God,
like, it's crazy
we just said she a couple of times, and she had a nightmare about a lady ripping her throat out. That's all we got.
Like there should have been way more like whisperings and political news, and
that is true of everything. But yeah, this is the backbone of the interesting stuff in the story. So I agree. If you're going to cut everything else, you might as well.
In that sense, we're here, and it was a good time.
It was a great time.
Guys, we really need to go because
we're hungry.
It's really late, and we're very hungry. And so I hope our energy was...
It was great. Our energy was fucking great. Under the mountain.
I hope you enjoyed all the voice acting from Frank. Yeah. I hope it was...
It was okay. I know it probably wasn't the most consistent, but...
I hope it was a little exciting, that's all.
I hope we had fun.
And we will be back for... a big sex scene next time.
Yes, we will.
We'll be here. There will be actual fucking occurring.
And there will be at least 3 climaxes.
Okay. That sounds good.
Just from us.
We're climaxing.
Love you guys.
All right. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.